last video, we got my 1985 4Runner fired up for its very first time in the 7 months that I've owned it. I've spent every single waking minute of this thing being in my garage, rebuilding the rear suspension, redoing the whole interior, painting it, pulled the entire motor, got it all machined, rebuilt the entire motor, did some powder coat, did a bunch of things to this truck, and we finally got it running. I was not able to drive it just yet because when I was installing the slave cylinder, I ripped the boot, as well as I had it idling in the garage, it did have a coolant leak. I was assuming it was one of the hard coolant lines that goes into the head, and then after further inspection this morning, I realized that it was a lot easier than that. I just had not tightened down this coolant temperature sensor right here. So went ahead and tightened that. I'm really hoping that that takes care of the coolant leak. The coolant line's definitely a little bit harder to get to than that sensor is. So we got that tightened down. And then I just got back from the parts store. I picked up a brand new slave cylinder. Pretty easy job. It's very accessible. I'm gonna get under there, swap the new slave cylinder in. We gotta bleed the clutch. From there, I'm gonna do a little bolt check before I pull this thing out of the garage. I'm pretty sure that like the lug nuts and stuff like that are barely tight. I definitely don't wanna get down the road and have something fall off the truck. But yeah, pretty easy. I got a couple things to do, and then I should be able to roll this out of the garage and at least drive it around the block. For those of you that are unfamiliar, the slave cylinder is located right here on the side of the bell housing. Very accessible. I can easily just reach in there. There's 2 bolts that hold it down, and then you got your hard line. So I'm gonna go ahead, get under the truck, get that old one pulled out of there, get this new one swapped in, try my best to not make a crazy mess of brake fluid or clutch fluid, whatever you want to call it, and then bleed the clutch. I also am wearing shorts, so I don't really want to hear it. It's hot outside. New slave cylinder's in, pretty easy. And now I got Bo. She's gonna help me for a second do her favorite job and sit in the truck and pump on some pedals. I'm gonna use this, connect my hose to my little bleeder, and bleed the clutch real quick. Try to get some pressure back in that thing. Pretty easy. Clutch has pressure now. System's bled. I believe I got rid of the coolant leak, but we'll see once it's running. Before I do anything else, I am going to go run to the parts store real quick and see if I can't cook up a temporary solution for an exhaust. I will be getting a custom exhaust built for this, and it'll all be V-band, and I still have to order a new cat muffler and all that, but I'm going to go see if I can't find a temporary solution to make this thing a little bit quieter when I'm driving around the neighborhood. It is insanely loud, so we're gonna do that real quick. Scratch all that temporary exhaust stuff. I just fired it up to show my neighbor that was helping me the other day, and we noticed that these holes on the top of the header are not blocked off, and I don't really know why. I don't know the solution to that, but I don't have any of that stuff, and I don't have the means to build out the rest of this exhaust anyways at the moment. So for the time being, I think I'm gonna pull this header off, throw the original header back on, and butt it up to this rusty old exhaust. That way it'll get me by for a little bit. It'll be nice and quiet, or quieter, and then I can start taking the steps to actually get a built exhaust on this truck. And then yeah, I don't have to go and spend any money right now. So have some work to do. I'm gonna pull this header off, get this stuff thrown back on there. Shouldn't be too complicated, and I did buy multiple exhaust manifold gaskets, so it's really not that big of a deal. Just kind of unfortunate. So I'm gonna get this thing pulled out of here and get the old one thrown back in. I got the factory exhaust back on the truck, got the rest of it all ran, O2 sensor back in, all that. I think it's time. We're gonna go drive the truck.
Let's see it.
All right, here we go. It doesn't sound that bad with the factory exhaust, huh?
Got a lot of stuff in the back.
Good call. Out the clutch and gaskets flying all over the neighborhood. All right, come on. first drive. Definitely doesn't smell good.
Kind of went away.
Yeah, maybe it just burned it off. I bet you that old exhaust was filled with blown head gasket stuff, so I almost guarantee you that was just residuals. Because we went around the block once and it's done smoking, so. What do you think?
I love it.
It's pretty cool. All right.
Are you gonna get it up to third gear?
Yeah, we can do that. It's not smoking.
It's not.
And there's no hood, so if it was on fire, you could see it pretty easily. Temperatures are rising. We're in third. We're holding oil pressure. Temperature's normal. Fuel gauge kind of jumping around a little bit. I mean, not bad. It's pretty smooth.
It is. It's smoother than the other 4Runner.
Yeah, for now. Brakes work. I didn't even bleed the brakes. I bled the rear brakes a long time ago. They work just fine. This is insane.
How do you feel?
I feel pretty cool. First drive so far is a success. I can't even believe it. I was a little worried when we first started going. It was blowing white smoke pretty heavily, but I'm 90% sure that's just residuals from when the head gasket was blown. I never cleaned the exhaust or the header or anything, so honestly, success. First drive, very successful. We went around the block a few times, drove around a little bit. I definitely think that it's a little low on coolant, so I'm gonna let it cool down, throw some more coolant in there. The exhaust is still burning off some nastiness, but I'm so excited. I literally don't even have words. It was so much fun. It drove way smoother and way straighter down the road than I could have ever imagined, especially with me chopping the entire rear end off and welding new brackets and hangers for the leafs and everything on. My biggest fear was that I had that crooked and it was gonna like crab walk down the road. And from what I can tell, it doesn't do that at all. It definitely pulls a little bit. The front end needs a ton of work, so that's next on the list. We still have to strip down the front end, clean up the axles, redo shock hoops, put new shocks and stuff in there. But I am so excited. It has been a very long time coming to get this thing driving, and I actually just watched a video of me driving it up the road, and it looks cooler than I could have ever imagined. So I don't know. Thank you guys that watch the videos. Thank you guys that buy t-shirts. Everyone that reaches out and shows love. This is what it's all about. I literally feel like a little kid right now, and Bo's been out in the garage helping me for weeks at this point. So she's the best. I can't thank her enough. We have a lot more to do with this truck. It's by no means anywhere close to being done, but we can drive it now. I got to get this thing registered. I highly doubt it's going to pass emissions, so I got to figure that out. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. For the time being, I have a lot of owed labor to Josiah and Brian. They've come over here and helped me so much and countless hours put into this truck through them. So I need to go repay the favor, get over to their house and start helping them get their rigs up and rolling so we can get all these old trucks out on the trail and go have some fun. Just to wrap this one up, I still do need to get the tailgate on. I need to get the hood thrown back on there. Those are both very easy. So the tailgate, I did take the glass out of that, so I'll have to figure that out at a later time. I'm not going to mess with all that at the moment. But I did get new hardware for the hood, and I have all the hardware for the tailgate, so we'll get that stuff thrown on there. And then we got a truck. Had to take a break from working on my truck to come and say what's up to Brian and see what he's got going on over here. And we're picking up a surprise for the first gen as well.
It's always about you and your damn truck.
All right, fine. If shit ever blows up, I ain't buying you shit.
You already bought me shoes today.
Did I?
Yeah.
How did I do that? I got your credit card. You buy boots? All right, I'll buy you some boots. Look what I got. You got boots, but I got these.
Are those doors?
Yeah, these are trail doors. Brian had these laying around from an old truck, and went over to his house and looked at all of his stuff he's got going on and bought these off of him. So now I don't have to buy them online. I just need to sand them down a little bit and paint them black.
You can't even drive the truck yet.
I mean, yeah, but you can't pass up a good deal. And we were gonna need them eventually. On top of that, I borrowed a tool from him, which I don't really know anything about, but it's a distributor light. So you use this light to basically find your timing on your distributor cap, which I've never done. I watched a couple videos and he explained it to me, but I have to do that real quick. And then hopefully we can pass emissions. And I put the EGR back on last night. Oh, definitely. That's a subtle hint that we're getting a Sportster soon.
You like them?
Yeah, we have to build a chopper now so Bo can wear her new boots. I don't know if I got any motorcycle people that watch the channel, but that's the next project. All right, yesterday I finished getting the tube doors all cleaned up and painted. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the doors off of the truck today and throw them on there. There's no air conditioning in this truck, so there's really not a downside of having those tube doors on. All you need to pull these doors off is a 12mm wrench, and then there is one pin that goes into the little arm that keeps the door from opening too much, so pretty easy. Oh my God. All right. I didn't even think to hold the tube doors up to the truck. When I grabbed them from Brian, he just said they were for a first gen 4Runner. So I didn't even think to measure them or anything. Got them bolted up here in the front, which these are obviously not the right brackets. I need to get like, I don't know, something that goes from the factory to the tube door, just because that looks a little crazy and it only lines up for 2 bolts. But then on top of that, that's kind of a problem. One way or the other, I'm going to make them fit. I think I'm just going to try to build something that is kind of like a spacer that the tube doors kind of connect to the factory hinges, and it closes this gap up, because it shouldn't be too complicated, and the hard part's done. The doors are made. Just have to make them work. Took way longer than I wanted it to, but we got one door done, and I cut the mounting plates for the other door. I just need to cut 2 more 3-inch little sections here and weld them on. I'll probably have to clean my garage and move the truck around before I get to any of that, but it's a start and the door works, so I take that as a win. It's been a couple days since I got the tube doors on the truck. They are still not completely finished. I need to basically chop off this original mounting point, clean these up and get them painted. But this ended up working out really well. I just expanded the door 3 inches and now they work. So I did drive the truck to and from work every day last week, and everything so far so good. I checked it after every drive, no oil leaks, coolant leaks, anything like that. And it actually is pretty smooth on the road. So I'm so excited to have this thing driving. I got it registered. I still need to pass emissions, but we're working on that. I got 60 days to get that accomplished. Fingers crossed I can make that happen. But yeah, this past weekend, I took a break from filming and we just went up to the mountains and did some camping and just kind of hung out and really enjoyed our time doing that and not filming every single thing that I was doing. So that was really nice. But these next couple weeks are gonna be extremely busy. We're going to be chopping the front end of this thing off, reinforcing the frame rails, getting new shock hoops, IFS steering box, and a bunch of other stuff, as well as I need to do some work on my fiance's car, do a bunch of stuff to the 3rd gen, and we're going to be fitting some more wheeling in the middle of that somewhere. So if you haven't bought a t-shirt already, I did update sizes on my Shopify page, so go and check that out. These are available in white and black, and I added some new sizes on there as well. And the most exciting part is that I'm working on a graphic for the 1st gen, so a t-shirt for the 1st gen will be out here very soon. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I am so excited to have this thing on the road, and although it's fun to drive it, I cannot wait to get this thing on a trail. Anyways, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.